welcome back, nerds. I released an album. It's called Eye of the Beholder, right here. It's on all major streaming services. You should go stream it. I'm breaking down the song Time to Go today, as I think there's some cool production techniques. Let's give her a listen.
I know you know that you're my enemy, so take my leave and play make believe you don't know. Being alone.
Quick snippet. I know it's quick. Let's break her down. Let's break this sucker down. So there are 5 sections for this song. There is like the main melody area. There is the drums. There's the vocal section. There's like this section. I think this is just containing like some random sounds. And then there's like kind of the outro section. Also, too, I originally made this song for Thanksgiving in 2023. I just released it in November 2025. So it took me like a couple years to actually fully finish, but it's created from turkey sounds. And I have the short breaking it down. We don't have to listen to the whole thing, but essentially that sound turned into this sound. And then I have the same thing panned to the left and then one pan to the right, using a different chain. So together they sound like that. And that plays throughout the song. You hear it in the beginning, but it comes in later in the chorus. It's like filtered, and then it comes in at the end again. So that was kind of like the base of the sound. I want to get a little creative, and I wanted to use some animal sounds. Besides that, I just took some pre-existing loops that I already had. I just kind of flipped them. So there's this first loop, which I made. Let me see if I can find the original. It's in my Awarre sample kit, volume 2. Wow. So there's that sample, and then there's another sample I made here. Which is in my Awarre Spellcaster Kit Volume 1. And it's this sound. To be honest, I'm not too sure what I did to this. I obviously pitched it. I think I just pitched it. Did I do anything else to this? To be honest, I'm not too sure. I think I just pitched it up. It's been a couple of years since I made this song. And I think for the, I just pitched the first loop as well. And combines all 3 sounds so far. Oh, sorry. Sound like this. There's a couple other one-shots in here too that I'm using. There's this one too. Okay, sorry, I had to free some tracks to save some CPU, but there are like a couple more one-shots that I made. Oh, this one I made from the turkey, but most of these one-shots I think are in my sample kit volume 2. So if you want to use them, they're just in the one-shots here. I'm pretty sure every single one-shot in this song is in this pack that I used. What else is there in here? Obviously there's the bass. We didn't go over the bass yet. I think there's a couple basses in here. And this is just using the Ramzoid 808 cooker with, I think this is my own bass sound. Yeah. So I made this bass a couple years ago. It's in the Awarre Spellcaster Kit Volume 1, my first sample kit. And then I just put it through the 808 cooker, did some EQing, added some distortion, kind of tweaked it around a little bit. And then there's another bass in here. I'm not too sure what this is. It's the same thing, I think, just more distorted. Oh, there's also no EQ. So That comes in, and then at the end there's like a respace that comes in that I made in Serum. And it's just the Serum bass with some decapitator on it. Yeah. There's this sound. I honestly don't know what this is. Oh. I have to unfreeze this one. Comes in at the end. Just an Analog Lab preset, it looks like. Yeah. And besides this, there's like a couple other like swell things here. Just like kind of swelling up stuff. So that's pretty much about it for this first like melodic loopy section. Altogether, kind of sounds like this, and then the last section sounds nice, very big. So let's break down the drums. There is this kick, pretty simple. There is, it looks like a couple like hat or claps or snares. 1 snare, 2 snare, 3 snare combined. There is, I'm not too sure what this is. I think this is like a reverb clap. Hold up. Yeah, just like a reverb clap. There is this rim. Then there is this hi-hat. Then there is this other hi-hat. This hi-hat too is in my Awarre Spellcaster Kit Volume 1, if you want to use it. There is this little like percussion thing. And I think, yeah, I have the transient down to 52. Cutting off some of that tail end. There's this thing, I'm not too sure what this is either. It's a little perk. There is this other perk, looks like. There's like this little swell. I think that's it for the drums, actually. So then all together, the drums. With the first section. Let me break down these other 2 sections first, and then we'll go to the vocals and then the master. So these 2 sections are pretty small. There's just this like little ambient rain loop that comes in at the end, and then there's like this tambourine. And then besides that, at the very end here, there's a just like it's the drum. It's the same drum pattern from up here. And then there's like this little breath sound I made, which I made in another project and then just moved over here. So let's break down the vocals and then we will break down the master chain. So I initially recorded these vocals in 2023 and then I kind of re-recorded some of the side vocals. I'll break down just the main vocal chain. I won't break down the side vocal chains because they're all kind of similar to the main one. And the main vocals sound like this.
Whoa, you know.
And I really sucked at singing, especially 2 years ago. If I got rid of the vocal chain, the vocals sound like this.
You know.
They don't sound too great. So let's break it down one at a time. First, we just have auto-tune. I'll show the auto-tune settings I'm using. It's pretty basic.
Whoa.
And then I format my voice down 0.6. Just make it a little bit more rich. Shelf cut on the low end. A little bit of a boost in the high end on the EQ.
Whoa.
Compressor. Actually, this plugin isn't doing anything right now. Another compressor.
Whoa.
Just doing a little bit of a compression, a de-esser. Second de-esser. This de-esser is doing most of the work for the de-essing. This de-esser is like very subtle. Another compressor. Just taking a little bit more off. Soothe. Soothe is removing these frequencies. Then we have fresh air. I think this is, oh no, this is a little bit higher. Usually I'm pretty subtle with fresh air. Protoverb, which is just a reverb. Using the booth preset, just tweaked it a bit. RC color, I'm thinking I'm using the MIDI vocal preset with some minor tweaks. And then black box, which is kind of doing kind of similar things to like RC color and fresh air. It just kind of makes it a little bit more crispy in the high end, especially. And that's pretty much it for the vocals. I'll break down some of these other, just like what are all these other vocals doing. I believe this vocal track is just, it's the same thing as the first one. It just allows me to go back and forth. Then we have this vocal. It's time to go. I'm not too sure why that needed its own track. And then we have like these vocal swells, which is just the main vocal with a lot of reverb chopped up and reversed. We have this sound. I know you know. Just some background vocals, which I think is just the main vocal chain with some wider on it, it looks like, and some reverb, some extra reverb. Then we have this one. You said, where have you been? Which is just the main vocal with some EQing, some different reverb. You said, where have you been? This vocal, I'm not too sure what this is either, to be honest. My CPU is cooking right now. I think this is just the main vocal with some different EQing and like fresh air. Oh, this plugin I don't even own. I just doxed myself. That's crazy. Side vocals. Some more side vocals. Some more vocals. Lovely auto-tuning on that one. And then yeah, altogether the vocals, they don't hold up. You know, time to go. You know. Yeah, and that's it for the vocals. I'll quickly go over the master. It's kind of the same for all of my songs, what I'm doing right now, and for this project. Pretty much just adding Gullfoss, which I guess the best way to describe it is it's kind of like a soothe. Let me play the whole song. 1 second. Can you just see? So this is with a bypass. It's so subtle. It's so subtle. I can barely hear it, to be honest. And to be honest, it might even just be like a placebo. I might actually not actually be doing anything. But I threw that shit on there. Next thing is the God particle. This is pulling a good amount of weight on the master.
You saw your soul. Now you know. Now you know. Whoa.
It just is like making everything, pulling everything forward in the mix, making it more spacey. I don't really know how to describe it, but I'd like to turn off this setting and then just keep the amount around 130 for most of my songs. And then finally Master Desk. This is also pulling a good amount of weight.
Now you know. Now you know.
If I were to bypass Master Desk,
No. You know. Time to go.
it's a little bit subtle, but it makes an important difference. If I were to get rid of all the master plugins, it could sound like this.
You know.
This is with no mastering.
Time to go. You know.
There also is this plugin. This plugin is just like a utility plugin. This plugin doesn't actually like affect the sound. So that's pretty much the whole song. If you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for watching. You should go stream the song on Spotify, on Apple Music. It's everywhere. So thank you.